All right, it is time for tonight's great debate. We got CNN political commentator Ana Navarro and Matt Schlapp, former political director for President George W. Bush. Good to have you both. Brother Schlapp, help me. I'm talking to Kellyanne Conway. Look, open disclosure, we've been friends for a very long time. We are friends. People are so nasty today. They want everybody to be inimical. However, on this issue of Russian interference, they bring up Hillary Clinton every time. The president mentioned Hillary Clinton 3 times today. Why can't we just get religion from the White House on Russia interfered, and he believes no one connected to him helped them do that? Why can't he just say that simple statement?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you ought to go work for him and give him advice, Chris. But, I mean, he says things...
Don't be cute, Schlapp. You know it's the right question. Why? Why do we have to get that, well, it's Hillary, and there was nothing, and it's all about nullifying the election? Nobody's saying any of that who matters.
All I can tell you is that we have been talking about this for a very long time, and it seems very clear to me, and Mike Pompeo is a source that I listen to on this, that Russia tried to interfere and did interfere in this election and has been doing it for 10 or 15 years. That in some people's minds, World War III has already started on the internet with some of our enemies doing all this cyber terrorism.
Yes.
And I think that is a very serious problem.
Yes.
And I think the people around the president take it very seriously. I just think when people slip into the idea that there was collusion when there's been no evidence presented, I also think I'm exhausted of talking about that as well. I think it's time for Bob Mueller, who I serve with, and I don't disparage, but it's put up or shut up time. We've had a year.
Why? Well, hold on a second. Let's bring in Anna. Because of fatigue? Because of fatigue.
No,
Matt's had enough. The president's had enough. What do you have?
Too bad. That's not how the process works. There's a process. The guy is taking his time. The guy is being methodic. I think there's a lot of transparency to this. Why does Donald Trump keep doing this? Because he's obsessive. It's either one of two things. Look, either he's afraid of what Mueller's going to come up with, of what they might have on him and his campaign and his family, or he's really upset that he thinks this delegitimizes his election. And he's also obsessed with Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton's at Costco selling books on sale. You know,
she's never been to Costco.
She's working at Costco?
Actually,
she's never been to Costco.
Times are tough, even with the tax cut?
Guess what? Actually, I'm a Costco member. She goes and signs books at Costco. There's book signings at Costco. Really, you should go to Costco. It's a great place, Matt. And you got a hell of a lot of kids to feed, so it's a really better place for you than for me, who should skip a meal. But that's, he just can't let go of Hillary Clinton. He can't let go of this election. He's now been president for a year next week, and he's still relitigating this campaign and this election. He won. Let it go. But his reaction to these things make it bigger and give it more fodder. Mueller's going to do his thing. Give him time. Respect the process. Let it go. Stop making it a thing daily. Right. That's what they do.
Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, I will be honest with you. I worked in a White House that had a special counsel. It's unnerving for a president and for his staff. Let's be honest.
Your president didn't talk this way?
I think the book isn't helpful for a lot of these staffers who talk to Michael Wolff, because they can compare what they told Michael Wolff to what they might have told the FBI, which is what General Flynn got in trouble for. So I agree there's a certain amount of political peril with this thing going on. I just don't believe that I've talked to a lot of people in government. I talked to a lot of Democrats and Republicans throughout the day, and I think there is a consensus that unless Mueller has something we're unaware of, then there isn't evidence of collusion. But I agree, it's a process. All I'm saying is that I want him soon to tell us what he knows and to report back, because I think the American people deserve that. I think it's about time to stop talking about the 2016
Matt thinks
election.
that book might have been bad. I think that book is actually one of the best things that has happened to the Trump White House and the Trump presidency, because it led to Trump finally being able to shed the albatross around his neck that was Steve Bannon, that made him do such stupid things as endorsing Roy Moore in Alabama, that led to stupid things like the things that were said after Charlottesville. I think losing Steve Bannon, this break with Steve Bannon by Trump, by the White House, is a positive thing, not only for Trump, but for the country.
Maybe. Look, let's look at the evidence. What did we see? We saw him have this both sides meeting.
Right.
Had it televised. Cute trick by him. Give him points for that. They
Great
didn't see
trick.
that coming.
Great opportunity.
And look, you know what? I liked it. There was
I do
candor.
too.
I think the president, though, evidenced that this ain't making a development deal with, a foreign investor in Manhattan. This was different. Knowing what a clean bill is, knowing what's on the table, knowing who head is where.
I don't
just
agree
saying
with
that
you.
you're. Well,
I don't agree with you either.
But that's just what happened.
I don't think he needs to know. No,
I
I
agree.
think he's.
But so you have two people coming in the room. Good. I've been wanting to take you both on. So you come into the room.
Come on, Anna. Let's unite.
You've got
Come
the
on.
left who says DACA or die. That's it. We want this. We want a clean bill. You have the Republicans come in and say, no, we're here to do business. We want security. We remember '86. And, we're a little sideways with the base. This Bill of Love thing scares us. The president needed to be that bridge. And he went in there and said, I'll agree to whatever you guys come up with.
No.
Feinstein says she wants a clean bill.
But
He says yes. McCarthy says, no, we need security. He says that's true.
Chris,
No.
the people around that table have been working on the immigration issue for decades. People like Dick Durbin,
True.
like Lindsey Graham, like Bob Menendez. They know this thing cold. They could probably write a deal in 30
Then
minutes
why did
if they had
McConnell
to.
say, I can't bring him a deal unless I know where his head is and what he wants? Talking about the president.
We know where his head is. He wants something that can pass as a wall, whether
We don't
it
even
means
know what the
rivers
wall
and...
is, Matt Schlapp.
Yes, he does. Come on.
What is the wall?
Look, Chris,
I think he said it
you're
yesterday. He said yesterday it's got rivers, it's got
Chris,
mountains, there's fencing, there's... Listen,
But he promised something totally
Chris, you're,
different. The whole
let me
campaign.
try
Who
here.
cares? I'm
Let
good
me
with
try.
what he's saying now. Let's stick with it. Let's
But what
run
about
with it.
Let me try.
tomorrow? Matt, what about tomorrow?
Let me try. You're a great lawyer, and you're doing a good job as if we were sitting in the box trying to trip us up on all these words. But what the American people care about is the big brushstrokes of the policy. And what the president is making clear is that he wants three things. He wants money for a wall, finally. No more talking about it. Let's appropriate the wall, just like Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama, who voted for money for a fence previously that wasn't ever really built. Let's actually do it this time. Let's end family chain migration. Let's have a lot of immigrants, but let's have the people we need because of, let me just finish, because of the skills that we need in the economy. And third, let's stop the diversity lottery system. Those are the things that he's asking for. And I think that the real question for the Democrats is this, which is, as much as they want DACA, are they willing to give the president anything he wants in exchange for it? I think that's a very live wire. I think a lot of them are saying don't support him even when we agree with him because we can't do anything to help Donald Trump. It's a real question for the Democrats.
See, I don't buy that either. I actually think you are going to see the Republicans give, and I think you're going to see the Democrats give.
That's what's supposed to happen all the time.
That's
by the way.
right.
Here's what we got. We've got kids who have been coming to Congress, young people who've been coming to Congress year after year. We know their stories. We know their faces.
Right.
They are the most compelling people, the most compelling, heart-wrenching stories in America. We have a hard deadline. And I think Democrats understand that with this guy, yes, he is capable of tearing kids who are American in every way but one from this country. He is absolutely capable of doing it. Maybe George W. Bush wouldn't have done it. Obama would not have done it.
Well, he says it's going to be a bill of love. All I'm saying is this, and this isn't about clever lawyering, okay? Believe me, I am the weakest mind in this bunch, and I'm comfortable with that. That's why I ask the questions. If I cannot believe that he wants the wall that he promised, that he used to distinguish himself from the field, that he insisted every time with the mantra, and who's going to pay for it? Mexico. All right, we'll divorce that as a joke, although the base didn't think it was a joke. The base didn't think that it wasn't going to be a bricks and mortar wall.
If you look at NAFTA negotiations, I don't think...
And in a tweet right after the meeting, he said there's got to be a wall. That's confusing, Matt, at a minimum.
We're renegotiating NAFTA right now, and I think Mexico understands that he's serious.
How do you define a wall? Not every wall is a wall is a wall. Make it out of Legos if you have to.
That's fine, but it's only...